A cold rain fell over the city as Mira sat alone on the floor of her tiny apartment. The electricity had been cut off 2 hours earlier. Her phone battery was nearly dead. The silence in the room felt heavier than the darkness itself. 3 months ago, her life looked completely different. She had friends who constantly surrounded her, a man she believed would never leave, a stable job, a future she had carefully planned. But one by one, everything disappeared. First, the relationship ended without warning. Then her closest friends slowly stopped calling. Soon after, the company she worked for downsized, and her name was on the list. At first, Mira fought desperately to fix everything. She begged people to stay. She applied for hundreds of jobs. She tried to force life back into the shape she wanted. But nothing worked. Every door closed. Every prayer seemed unanswered. And now, sitting in darkness, she whispered the words she had avoided for weeks. "God, where are you?" No thunder answered, no miracle appeared, only silence. But deep inside that silence, something began to shift. The next morning, Mira woke before sunrise. Normally, she would scroll through social media to distract herself from reality, but her phone had finally died during the night. With nothing else to hold on to, she opened the dusty Bible her grandmother had once given her years ago. It fell open to a verse she had never noticed before. "Be still and know that I am God." She stared at the words, "Be still." For the first time in years, she had no choice but to stop running. Days turned into weeks. Her loneliness remained, but slowly she began to notice something strange. The chaos inside her mind was becoming quieter. Without constant opinions from friends, she could finally hear her own thoughts. Without chasing approval, she began asking deeper questions. Who was she without success? Without attention? Without someone telling her she mattered? One evening, while walking home from a failed interview, Mira passed an old woman struggling to carry groceries through the rain. Normally, she would have kept walking, lost in her own problems, but something nudged her to stop. "Let me help you," she said softly. The woman smiled warmly. "You have kind eyes," she replied. Those simple words pierced Mira's heart. Kind eyes. Not beautiful, not successful, not important. Just kind. That night, Mira cried harder than she had in months. Because she realized she had spent most of her life trying to become impressive, while God was trying to make her genuine. As the weeks passed, Mira's prayers changed. At first, she prayed for escape. Then she prayed for answers, but now she simply prayed for strength. And somehow, strength came. Not all at once, not dramatically, but quietly, like sunlight slowly entering a dark room. She started volunteering at a small community kitchen nearby. The people there had their own broken stories: widows, abandoned mothers, struggling families, lonely elders. Yet somehow they still smiled, still hoped, still thanked God for another day. Mira was shocked. These people had less than she did, yet carried more peace than many wealthy people she knew. One afternoon, a little girl at the shelter handed Mira a crumpled drawing. It showed a woman standing beside a giant light. "That's you," the little girl said. Mira laughed softly. "Why am I standing next to a light?" "Because you make people feel safe." The words froze her. Nobody had ever described her that way before. That night, Mira sat alone again in her apartment, but the loneliness no longer felt empty. It felt sacred. For the first time, she understood something powerful. God had not abandoned her. He had separated her from noise so she could discover who she truly was. The isolation that once felt like punishment had become preparation. Months later, Mira received a job offer, not the glamorous career she once dreamed about, but a position helping women rebuild their lives after hardship. Strangely, it felt more meaningful than anything she had done before. One evening after work, she stood on a rooftop watching the sunset paint the sky in gold and crimson. Tears filled her eyes as she remembered the woman she had been months earlier, desperate, terrified, broken. She barely recognized her now, not because her problems had magically disappeared, but because her foundation had changed. Before, her peace depended on people staying. Now, her peace came from knowing God stayed even when everyone else left. The woman who once feared being alone had discovered a truth few people ever learn. Sometimes God removes every earthly support so you can discover heaven was holding you all along. And in that moment, standing beneath the fading light, Mira no longer asked, "God, where are you?" Because now she knew. He had been there in the silence, in the waiting, in the heartbreak, in every closed door, not destroying her, preparing her. And the woman who emerged from that season was stronger, wiser, and more fearless than the one who entered it, because when a woman has nothing left but God, she finally discovers that God is enough.